Okay, so yesterday we have seen that how to use this DDL part, create, alter, rename, truncate and drop, right? Today we will see that DML part. So DML stands for data manipulation language. That is, we have created that object, that means table. Now we need to do some inserting new data or updating the existing data or deleting the old or existing data. So these three we will see today. Okay, so the very first is like insert. So insert keyword is used to insert data into a database table. Okay, so we have already seen and we created this table EMP, right? When we want to insert any record, that means inserting a record means we want to add some information about the employee in the employee table. So we have a structure of the table, like all the columns and their respective data type we have already. Okay, so now this time we need to insert some actual data so that table can be used, right? The main purpose of this table or in database itself is to store the data. Now let us see that how we can store some data. So the very first statement that it will start like a insert into. So when we want to insert new record, the statement will start with insert, because that is insert keyword, insert into EMP, and EMP is our table name, and so based on which table we want to insert data, we need to mention here insert into EMP. Then after that there will be a open bracket and close bracket, like this, open bracket and close bracket. Inside that we need to mention all the columns name, like we have employee number, employee name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission and department number. So all the column name we need to mention inside the bracket. Okay, and that each column will be separate out with this comma. Clear? Now after that we need to mention now actual values, what values we are going to insert. So we need to mention values and then again open bracket, close bracket, like this, again open bracket, close bracket. Now we will insert data for each column. So the very first column was employee number, okay, then comma, then employee name. So employee name, what we can do, any name. So employee name we can keep it Rahul. After that there is job. Okay, so what was the data type for job? It was worker only, right? See, worker 9. So we will say that he is a salesperson. Okay, now after that manager, who is there going to be manager? Consider that he is the only first owner of that company, so there will be no manager, so we will insert 0. 0 means nothing. Hire date, which date he hired? So today's date only. So to get the today's date, Oracle have sysdate. This is the function which can be used, like SYS date from dual, which will give us the today's date and time. Okay, so we will use sysdate here. So automatically it will take the today's date and time. Okay, now another field is salary. So salary we can keep it like 9,200. Then commission, as he is a owner of that company, so we will say that 0. Department, consider that we will take it as in 10, because department number we have kept as in number data type. Okay, so now this insert statement is now ready. So for each column we have mentioned the name and for the each column we have mentioned the values as well. Now we need to select that one and execute. We are getting the error, actual size is 9 only. Okay, so we have seen that job is 9 character only. So what we are giving here, more than 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we will make it short. We will say that he is a MD. Okay, because of the length. So that's why the length is very much important when we declare the table. Make sure we know that how much data, the length of the data it will come here in this table. Now one row inserted. Now we need to select that and just execute, one row inserted. Now if we execute this statement, so we will see that one record is inserted newly. 1 Rahul MD, manager 0. As you can see that hire date we have mentioned 6 dates, so automatically it takes the current date and time. Salary 92,000, commission 0, department is 10. This is how we can insert the record in the, for number we have given directly 1, 2, 3. For varchar you might have noticed that it is under single quote. Okay, so all the columns which are varchar 2, they will always have inside the single quote. If there is no single quote, we will get the error. If we remove, let's consider that I am removing this and I am trying to insert again. See, we got the error because we have mentioned MD, but it should be inside the single quote. So all the columns which having the varchar data type should be inside the single quote. So this is the first way to insert the record in the any table. Now consider that another way to insert new record. So in this first way we have mentioned all the column name. Second way we will see that without column name also we can insert. Or so in a second way also it will be like same only, insert into employee. So insert into EMP, then we will not mention this open bracket and then all the column names. We will simply say that values and then open bracket, close bracket, and inside that we need to, so the very first column it was employee number, so 2 will be there, 1 is already there. Then name what we can see like that. Job, let's see, he is working under IT. Manager, we can see that one is the manager for him. Hire date 6 date, today only he also hired. Salary is 7,000. Commission, he don't get any commission, and department he will also work under. So we have given values for each field without mentioning the column name. So let's try whether this will also work or not. What we have seen, one row inserted here. Okay. Now let us execute this table. Now we have 2 records here, as you can see that, right? So we can insert the record without column name also. But the restriction is we need to mention values for each and all the columns. If we miss out any single column, let's say department number, we miss it out or we are not going to insert that and we'll try to insert, we will get an error not in a values. Okay, so in that scenario we need to mention all the column value. Even though if you don't want to insert that value, at least you need to keep that field blank. If you don't want commission to be inserted, just remove it, but this you need to separate out with this comma, or you can mention null. Null means blank. In database, null means blank. Okay. So if you don't want to mention any value, you can simply mention null. Now there is another way also we can insert record. Consider that I don't want that other values to be inserted right now. Maybe later on I will insert the value for them. Currently I have only the employee name, employee job and salary. Other things I don't know. How can we insert that record? So the insert statement will be same like the first one. Okay, so it will be insert into EMP. Then we need to mention the column name. For which column we need to insert? Employee number, because the first is employee number, that is mandatory. E name. Then I want salary and hire date, because okay, remove it. Hire date also I don't know. Only three things I know. So can we insert values for only these three? Other things I will not mention. So answer is yes, we can do. Just we need to mention these three column name only. And after that we need to mention values. Then the first is employee number. So employee number 3, name, consider that. So it is varchar, so within single quote we need to mention. So let's consider that it's now like John is there, employee name. Now consider salary we need to mention. So salary will be like 5,000. 3 column we have mentioned, employee number, employee name, salary. So value also we will mention 3 only. Now let us insert this value. One row inserted. This was the previous error. Let's remove it. Now if we check it, we got the third row. Employee number 3rd, name John. These fields we have not mentioned, so you can see that they have treated as a null. Null means blank. There is no record in there is no data in these columns. So this way also we can insert the record. The only thing here it is, all the fields which we are mentioning here, that should be nullable. Okay, that all the fields which we are not mentioning here, that should be nullable. Nullable means it should allow to insert null value. If we want only specific column to be inserted data, then first way only this way only it will work. This will not work. In the second method, it required all the values for each and every column. If there is no data, you need to mention null. But in this way, you know that I am going to insert values for 3 columns only. So we will mention 3 column name and respective their values. So this way we can insert the data. Now let us move to update statement. What is update? Used to modify the existing data in a database. So consider that we have inserted these 3 records, right? Now John, I was not aware about the job, manager, hire date, commission and department number. Okay, so after 2 days I know about all the other details for the John employee. So how we can update the existing record? We need to use update statement in that scenario, because data is already there, only few fields we need to update. Okay, how we can do it? So update, the statement will start with update. Okay, then which table? EMP. Then we need to mention set. Okay, so update table employee, set values for which columns. So we need to mention, like here we want to set the job. Job equal to, like he is also going to work under the HR only. So we will say HR if we want to update multiple columns, we need to mention by separate comma. Higher date, HI higher date equal to again sys date we will mention. Today's date he will take. Okay. Now then we have salary. Salary how we can do? Salary we can mention like this much. Commission. So commission is not a salesperson, so 0. Department. Department number we will say that it is 20. Okay. Now this I will add where condition so that it will update only record for John, because we have, if I update this one, execute this statement, it will update for all the records. So we need to restrict only John to be updated this data. So we need to use where condition and employee number equal to 3. Okay, now let us execute this one row updated. Before committing, we can verify that data are got updated correctly. So we will see that John, now we set that HR job, so HR is there. Manager we haven't set, so that's why it is still null. Higher date we set system date, so it automatically taken system date. Salary equal to 25,000, commission 0, and department we set that 20. So we updated the existing record. This is how we can update the existing record. Now in delete statement, what is different? We can use to delete all or limited record in the database. Limited in the sense, like if I delete, we can use delete statement to delete all 3 records. Or even I want only John to be deleted from this table, only this specific row, that also we can use with the delete state. That was not possible using truncate. Truncate will automatically truncate will delete all the record from this table. There was no option to delete any specific row only. For that purpose, we have to use delete states. So I want to delete all the record from this table. So I will say that delete from EMP. That means from employee table, delete all the records. So if I execute this, you can see that 3 record deleted. Now if I check here, do we have any data in this table? No, we have deleted from all the record from the employee. Okay, now I will not commit these changes, I will roll back, so that I will get those data, because I will need to, we need this data for further. Now how can we delete only a specific row? So again this where condition. So this where condition is going to help in select statement, in update statement, and in delete statement. Okay, so where is used when we want to get the specific record from the table. For that purpose we will use this where condition. So now I want to delete only John data. So what I will see, delete from EMP, same keyword, where EMP number equal to, here I will mention 3, because John employee number is 3. Okay, now I will select that and execute. One row deleted. Now let us see that how much data we have now in employee. You can see that only John record has been deleted. Instead of employee number, I will roll back again. Instead of employee number, we can use any column name, like e-name as well. So e-name is a varchar, that's why we need to mention in the single quote. So the value should be in the same way. J was capital, O, H, N was small. So one row deleted. Now if we check here, that John record is deleted. Okay, this is how we can use the delete statement, and that is the difference between truncate and delete. There is delete we can use to restrict and delete some specific row, whether truncate was not able to delete any specific row, it will delete all the record from the table. Okay, that was the difference. So these are the things, three things: insert, update, and delete, which was there in the DML statement.